I didn't mean to do this. Something inside of me broke. I told them I need my money to get my daughter's medicine. She's sick. I just need to cash my check, that's all. No, no! Please, come on out.
What's good, Souls of Thought family? It's your boy Nars, and you've seen this video is going to be a reaction video actually talking about the movie by Tyler Perry, The Straw. So before we get started, I want you guys to make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can also hit that notification bell if you want to know every time a new video drops. You can do that. With that being said, man, where do we start? Where do we start, man? Um, so I watched the Straw movie. I want to say I watched it the day it actually came out. I watched it. Um, and if I had to give it a rating out of if I had to give it a rating out of 0 being it was just horrible, 10 meaning it was amazing, I would give it a strong 3.5. Strong 3.5. That's what I'm gonna give it. You know, I know some people are not gonna agree with me. I know some people are gonna think I'm crazy. With that being said, I just feel like this is another trigger warning for the black community. And I feel that's literally what Tyler Perry makes in his films, which, hey, if that's what you like, if that's your cup of tea, that's fine. I'm not here to tell you who you should watch, what films you should watch, because I watch some Tyler Perry's movies. Not all of them are bad, but certain ones like this, I just don't agree with. And the reason why I don't agree with this one is because this is him just pandering to the black community. And I actually took notes. I'm going to be going for my notes because I want to make sure I hit every bullet point that I took when I took these notes when I was actually watching the movie. So let's see what we're going to see. First thing is, first point is Tyler Perry continues to make money off of dramatization of the poor black communities. So what I mean by that is every film that he makes it's about people in poverty, people having either domestic violence or cheating on each other, infidelity. Do I understand that these things go on in the world? Yes. But does that mean that we need to perpetuate this each and every day or each and every movie needs to be about exactly what's going on? And there's better ways to do this. If you watch the show The Shy, shout out to The Shy. The Shy does a very good job doing well, actually, they do a very great job of showing you what's going on in today's society, but in a clean way, showing you the pros and the cons, not just the cons, and going from there. I feel Tyler Perry does a very poor job of all his movies leave you on a cliffhanger. The way it ends, the dramaticness of it, it's just all just. And this is going to be a spoiler alert for y'all who haven't watched it. So if you have not watched The Straw by Tyler Perry and you want to, don't listen to this review. Again, this is my own personal review myself. So number one thing is I feel Tyler Perry continues to make money off of the dramatization, the drama, the drama. Man, I just said it too. Uh, the dramatization of the poor black community. So that's number one. Number two, your decisions still have consequences. Let me say that again. Your decisions still have consequences. For those of you who watched the movie, you know what I mean. Could these things happen? Yes. Do they normally happen like this? Like 4, 5, 6 different things happen all in one day? Not too often, but I know people do have bad days. But let's just, for the sake of this movie review, say this did happen. Everything that happened still has a consequence. Period. Her having to leave and go to the school, I won't ruin that for people. Uh, Going to the school to try to pay the money for her daughter and getting fired in the midst of it because it took too long. And then you got the white cop who pulled her over. Then you had the right cop who had to be racist. Of course, we had to put that in the movie. You had a white racist cop who pretty much ran her off the road, threatened to kill her if he seen her again, things of that nature. You know how that goes. Typical pandering to the black community, which is horrible. I just feel like with the talent that Tyler Perry has, with the movie studio he has and everything, we can make so much more better quality stuff. I don't know why us as black people are entertained by things that supposedly trigger us. And that's why I call this trigger warning, because noticed that throughout all, especially Facebook. People my age, we're still on Facebook real heavy. And all I seen on Facebook was, oh, it was triggering, but a great movie. Oh, this triggered me, but a great movie. How are you triggered and it's a great movie? That's like saying I'm gonna go watch Roots and call it a great movie, but I'm triggered. A lot of people don't enjoy things that trigger them. And I could be wrong again. Hey, this is just my unbiased opinion, right? With that being said, I don't know how you can enjoy seeing a single mother who's struggling, going through all this, and like, what? Why are you? And then a lot of people that I've seen that said this was triggering. You guys live pretty good lives from what you post on your social media. So what's triggering about it? Who do you know? And are you not helping the person that you know who's living in this type of situation? That's probably what we should take away from a lot of these films. Are we seeking the people out who go through these things in a real life on a day-to-day basis? So number one was Tyler Perry continues to make money off of the dramatization of black poor communities. Number two, your decisions still have consequences. Regardless what you do in life, there will be consequences behind it. Regardless, negative or positive, there will be consequences behind it. Just because she was going through a bad day or having a bad episode doesn't mean that you can go around and shoot your boss doing a robbery. Doesn't mean you can hold people hostage. Like, those things just don't add up. Period. Number three, women and men careers. Man, Tiana Taylor, man, stick to making music, man. Stick to making music. Man, that was a horrible role, man. Horrible, horrible role. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Tyler Perry is no longer considered low budget, man. This dude has billions of dollars. He's on Netflix. Like, we no longer can do. Tyler Perry, stop letting people try to build up their movie resume through your films, man. Tiana Taylor, that wasn't a good one. That wasn't a good one. But the reason why I say women and men careers is because when you seen Tiana Taylor when she was doing the negotiation part, she became very emotional. And emotions is something you can't have in these type of first responder type jobs. That could be a fireman, that could be a police officer, that could be a 911 dispatcher, that can be in the military, front lines, infantry. You cannot have, you can have emotions, but you can't be emotional in the midst of your job. If you guys watched the movie, you seen Tiana Taylor got very, very emotional in the midst of the young lady telling her story, what happened. She got very emotional, and it's okay to relate. It's okay to have empathy. I like to talk about that too, because people continue to use these words wrong. She didn't have sympathy; she had empathy. Empathy meaning that, hey, I can understand where you're coming from. Doesn't mean I went through it. Doesn't mean I know exactly how you feel, but I can understand. And I think Tiana Taylor had empathy, but she became very emotional. And this is something we have to think about when it comes to women and men careers, or men dominant careers, police officers, firemen, first responders, period. Anything that's dangerous, man, anything that's going to put you in the risk or of not making it home. I feel women should limit themselves in those areas. Um, I feel there are areas within law enforcement that women can utilize their skills in. With that being said, I feel like Tiana Taylor played a role and showed you why women should not be heavily recruited for men careers. Just my opinion. Just my opinion, guys. Don't kill the messenger. Number four, social media only shows half of the story. I think this was probably the best part of the film, and the reason why I say that is because it was the first part of the film that to me is very realistic. Nobody knew what happened to this young lady. They only seen what happened from the moment the live feed started from one of the bank tellers, and people grew to fall in love with the alleged perpetrator or the alleged person who was committing the crime. You know, some people going to say it was like Stockholm syndrome, right? You end up being with someone so long that you start to become compassionate, you start to build empathy, and you start to like really not want to see anything bad happen to them because you see them as a person, or you see them just as you. And this is something that I thought was the best part of the movie. And I really like the part with the bank teller who was more realistic, like, hey, why you got us held up in this bank, blah blah blah. That's the people. That young lady will be somebody like myself, or somebody that y'all would call an Uncle Tom, or someone that you wouldn't agree with. With that being said, the old lady was no different than the young lady. She just had empathy in the way she told the young girl how she should be dealing with things, telling her, hey, it's somebody out there that got it worse than you. But it was the delivery, and I think that's a big thing when it comes to communication anyway, right? Some people might like my delivery style, some people may not, but those who do like your delivery style will be able to take in that information a little bit better. But when I say social media only shows you half of the story, people started boycott, not boycott, they started marching and holding up signs outside the bank saying free her, not knowing everything that happened prior to that, because all they seen from social media was the sad story that she was able to give through the live. And then, you know, of course the news talked to like the other people, like Sinbad played Sinbad, shout out Sinbad. Amazing role, man, for him to be going through what he's going through medically. Great role for Sinbad. He did a good job. But people start to build a full narrative off of only what you see on social media. I think that's the reason why, I know it's kind of off the topic, but I feel like that's why the Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, they stop putting everything on social media. They don't want the truth to come out. So when that trial starts, be on the lookout for that. But number four, social media only shows half of the story. Number five, single mothers need men, and Tyler Perry proves it. Single mothers need men, and Tyler Perry continues to prove it. He continues to prove it on all of his films, all his movies. You can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. I'm not saying when you're a single mother, you should settle or things of that nature. But when you're a single mother, you should really be making sure that you're keeping yourself together and you're really building something for the future. Because they talked about that too, right? About saving up. They talked about that stuff in the movie. A lot of people might miss a lot of that stuff when they were talking about that. Even the head bank lady was saying like how she kind of built her future and why she wanted to, open a bank and be over a bank. With that being said, single mothers, man, stop falling for this social media stuff, man. Get yourself together. Get your credit right. Uh, g- Get in shape. Do everything you need to do so that you can be the best candidate for a man that's a high value man out there, period. Because I know people say don't be a step crash dummy, but there are guys out there who are willing to be stepfathers, and there are guys who are willing to take you off the market as long as you got yourself together. Single mothers need a man. Tyler Perry continues to prove it. That's number five. I already talked about number six, empathy and sympathy. Use those words correctly. Empathy, sympathy. Most people, 95% of the time, you have empathy, not sympathy. No, you can never truly relate to a person. Everybody feels a certain way, everybody thinks differently. And then, lastly, but not least, number seven, the dramatization of Black women. Every Black woman ain't living this way that Tyler Perry shows in his movies. Everybody's not going from the bottom of the bottom. Like even poor people in the projects ain't going through just all this stuff that he continues to bring to the forefront. And that's just something that I wanted you guys to really pay attention on. And I want to ask you guys, and I want you guys to put in the comments, why are you guys excited about movies that trigger you? If you can't watch a movie and take yourself out of it and just watch it for what it's worth, it's just a movie, it's entertainment, it's content. just like we're doing right here today. It's just content that they're providing you. Why can't you take yourself out of it? What is triggering about it? So I want you guys to ask yourself that today. Are you going to continue to buy in to all the negative stereotypes of the black community and watch other people get rich off of pretty much pandering to your poverty, your woe it's me, victimization, the victim Olympics? And before I leave today, Tyler Perry, if you ever watch this, stop leaving movies on these cliffhangers. Show us if the woman at the bank actually. Well, never mind. Disregard. That would have ruined the movie. Disregard. Uh, but let's show us the end. How do things happen? Did the woman get better? Like did things improve? You know what I mean? We go through a movie and you have people triggered and on high alert for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then nothing ever gets a final say. And that's in every movie. Nothing really ends. It's just like, okay, let me trigger you guys and hope you enjoy it. Just crazy. But again, shout out to Tyler Perry. People loved it. I gave it a 3 out of 5, man. I told you my favorite parts were the social media part because it's what you can really see in today's world, and Sinbad being in the movie, man. That's just my review. The 3.5, man, out of 10. That's my point of view. I would love to hear your guys' reviews in the comments. And like I said before, God loves you, which is most importantly. I love you. You're beautiful, and your boy is out. Let go.